18. Corresponding Part 3, corresponding 18th Sutra, the Good Friend Sutra. The origin is in Sravasti. King Pasenadi of Kosala sat to one side and said to the world-honored one, "Venerable Sir, when I was alone in meditation, this thought arose in my mind. The Dharma well spoken by the world-honored one is for those with good friends, good companions, and good associates, not for those with bad friends, bad companions, and bad associates." Great King, it is so, it is so. Great King, the Dharma I have well spoken is for those with good friends, good companions, and good associates, not for those with bad friends, bad companions, and bad associates. Great King, once I was staying in a Sakyan village called Nagaraka. At that time, the Venerable Ananda came to me, paid his respects, and sat to one side. After sitting down, Ananda said to me, "Venerable Sir, good friends, good companions, and good associates are half of the holy life." Great King, after hearing this, I said to Ananda, "Don't say that, Ananda, don't say that. Good friends, good companions, and good associates are the whole of the holy life." Ananda, for a monk who has good friends, good companions, and good associates, it can be expected that he will develop and cultivate the noble eightfold path. Ananda, how does a monk with good friends, good companions, and good associates develop and cultivate the noble eightfold path? Here, Ananda, a monk develops right view based on seclusion, dispassion, and cessation, maturing in release. He develops right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration, based on seclusion, dispassion, and cessation, maturing in release. This, Ananda, is how a monk with good friends, good companions, and good associates develops and cultivates the noble eightfold path. Ananda, by this method too, it can be understood how good friends, good companions, and good associates are the whole of the holy life. Ananda, it is because they rely on me as a good friend that being subject to birth or freed from birth, being subject to aging or freed from aging, being subject to illness or freed from illness, being subject to death or freed from death, being subject to sorrow, lamentation, pain, distress, and despair are freed from sorrow, lamentation, pain, distress, and despair. Ananda, by this method too, it can be understood how good friends, good companions, and good associates are the whole of the holy life. Therefore, Great King, you should train yourself thus. I will be one who has good friends, good companions, and good associates. This is how you should train yourself, Great King. Great King, as one who has good friends, good companions, and good associates, you should dwell based on one thing: heedfulness in wholesome states. Great King, when you dwell heedfully based on heedfulness, your harem will think. The king dwells heedfully based on heedfulness. Come, let us also dwell heedfully based on heedfulness. Great King, when you dwell heedfully based on heedfulness, your Katiya vassals will also think. The king dwells heedfully based on heedfulness. Come, let us also dwell heedfully based on heedfulness. Great King, when you dwell heedfully based on heedfulness, your army will also think. The king dwells heedfully based on heedfulness. Come, let us also dwell heedfully based on heedfulness. Great King, when you dwell heedfully based on heedfulness, the people in towns and countryside will also think. The king dwells heedfully based on heedfulness. Come, let us also dwell heedfully based on heedfulness. Great King, when you dwell heedfully based on heedfulness, you yourself will be guarded and protected, your harem will be guarded and protected, and your treasury will be guarded and protected. Thus spoke the world-honored one. Those who desire vast and supreme wealth. The wise praise heedfulness in wholesome deeds. The wise one who is heedful obtains both kinds of good. Good in this life and good in the life to come. One who understands what is beneficial is called wise. This text is the Buddha's teaching on the importance of good friends and heedfulness, profoundly explaining the key role of interpersonal relationships and personal practice in spiritual growth. Let's analyze the wisdom within it. 1. The importance of good friends. The Buddha emphasizes that good friends, companions, and associates are not just half, but the whole of the holy life. This highlights the central role of relationships in personal growth. Our thoughts, behaviors, and values are often deeply influenced by those around us. Therefore, choosing the right companions and environment is crucial for personal spiritual development. 2. Cultivation of the Noble Eightfold Path. The Buddha explains in detail how to cultivate the Noble Eightfold Path through good friends. This practice emphasizes the importance of seclusion, dispassion, cessation, and release, indicating that true spiritual growth requires us to let go of worldly attachments and cultivate inner peace and wisdom. 3. The power of liberation. The Buddha compares himself to a good friend, pointing out that through such relationships, beings can be liberated from birth, aging, illness, death, and various sufferings. This reveals the transformative power of proper guidance and example. 4. The importance of heedfulness. The Buddha particularly emphasizes the importance of heedfulness. Heedfulness means staying alert, continuously striving, and not being negligent in good deeds. This attitude is important not only for personal practice, but especially crucial for leaders such as kings. 5. The power of example. The Buddha points out that when a leader, such as a king, remains heedful, its influence spreads throughout society, from the harem to the vassals, and to the common people. This emphasizes the profound impact of a leader's behavior on the entire society. 6. Comprehensive benefits. Finally, the Buddha concludes that heedfulness brings not only spiritual benefits, but also protection and safety in real life. This indicates that spiritual practice is closely connected with real life. Deep reflection. This teaching inspires us to think about the profound impact of interpersonal relationships and personal behavior on the quality of life. It reminds us that we are not isolated individuals, but part of a complex social network. Every choice we make, every action we take, can potentially have a ripple effect on others. At the same time, it also reveals the importance of personal responsibility. Regardless of our position, we have the responsibility to become good friends to others, positively influencing those around us through our words and actions. Moreover, this teaching emphasizes the importance of continuous effort. The concept of heedfulness reminds us that spiritual growth and personal development are ongoing processes that require constant vigilance and effort. Lastly, this teaching demonstrates the harmony between spiritual practice and real life. It tells us that pursuing spiritual growth is not about escaping reality, but can bring practical, comprehensive benefits, enabling us to achieve happiness both in this life and the next. Through these wisdoms, we can re-examine our relationships, daily behaviors, and attitudes towards life, striving to become better versions of ourselves while also bringing positive influences to others.